And we are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so very much for being here. I really appreciate everyone hanging out with me. Anybody that's tuned in on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, Lakers season is officially over. It sucks. It's a bummer. It really is. But what we were able to achieve, given the fact that we were, we had 2.2% chance of even making the playoffs to where we're at now. It's just I don't take the season as a failure. I take the season as like we have a very good foundation. We have the building blocks that we need to get back to this position next season. And we just need to, maybe retool a couple things. But I think we're right there. I really do. Next season, I imagine LeBron James and Anthony Davis will probably be healthier throughout the course of the season, primarily because we'll actually have a team. It's one of those things, right? This season, up until the trade deadline, we really didn't have like a team that we could rely on night in and night out. And now we have that team that I think will be able to kind of weather LeBron James and Anthony Davis more. We won't have to worry about, just wearing LeBron and AD down over the course of the season. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, we didn't want to you didn't want to go out this way. You didn't want to go out with the sweep. You wanted it to at least be competitive, maybe make it interesting, losing 6 or something like that. But you got to give the Denver Nuggets credit, man. This looks like it's their year. I think that they win the championship. I would love to see Jimmy Buckets. I really do. I want to see Jimmy Butler win an NBA championship. But I just think this Denver team is just that good. I don't know if that's something that could happen. But regardless, again, I'm looking forward to next year. We'll have a lot to talk about in the offseason. We got obviously the draft coming up, potential signings, potential trades. I mean, the rumor mill is already going, and I imagine it's only going to pick up. So I'll definitely keep you up to date on all the rumors, all the speculation, all the real news, everything like that, just like we did in this past offseason. But regardless, I want to celebrate. Obviously, it's my birthday. I turned 32 years old today. We got some whiskey here, and you guys can buy me shots. We'll do the $25 thing. It doesn't have to be all at once. It could be accumulative, whatever. But again, just celebrate my birthday, celebrate the Lakers season, because look, we're still Laker fans. We will be back next year. I have all the confidence in the world with the Lakers. But diving into where we are at now. LeBron definitely did all he could. I do. I feel bad for LeBron. LeBron was doing everything he could this game. It's unfortunate that we went out this way. Let's see what else. One thing for sure, D'Lo has to go fast as it stands. I mean, they're not going to be able to get rid of D'Lo. You got to at least re-sign him, and then worst case, maybe look to trade him at the trade deadline or something like that. Because if you just let him go, you can't replace him. I do think if they can upgrade D'Lo, if they can turn D'Lo into a better piece, then definitely, absolutely do that. But if they can't, then you gotta keep him. You can't just lose him just for the sake of losing him, because then you get no value out of him. Period. And it's better to have him. He was still good in the regular season. You just know you can't count on him for the playoffs. So you go into the playoffs knowing that, and you make the adjustments accordingly. But LeBron did all he could. I'm not even mad. Dude, LeBron was fantastic this game. I mean, absolutely fantastic. It was, I mean, the dude worked his tail off to try to get the Lakers anywhere close, right, to where they could. Please change the channel to as it stands, Jimmy Butler. I feel it. But a happy amigo coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, bro. Sorry about the pathetic game, but much love to you. It was a pleasure following your channel through the season. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you so very much. And I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited for the offseason. We'll have a lot of things to talk about and dissect and break down, and we'll definitely go through the ins and outs. I'll spend the next couple days kind of just talking about the season, breaking down the season, things to look ahead, and then we'll start diving into like the trade speculations, my thoughts on like the cap, space. I know a lot of people are want to hear my thoughts on like Lakers cap situation, moves, potential moves, talk theories, we'll talk rumors, we'll talk basically all the news that comes out. I'll give my thoughts and opinion on it. Some stuff will be my own personal thoughts. Some stuff will be the news that's out there. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I built this channel in a lot of ways on the off season. And then throughout the course of the season, it just continued to grow. So I'm looking forward to that. But again, adding $5 to the pot, I really appreciate that. We got some more. Enrique coming in and buying the first shot of the night. Thank you so much. Happy Be Earth Day, my boy. Here's a shot in my behalf. Next to upgrade D'Lo, and we got a good core. First off, Enrique, thank you so very much. Seriously, I really appreciate that. Let's get into we got the whiskey, the Elijah Craig whiskey, the smooth, fancy whiskey is what we got here. But again, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you all for being here and being a part of this, celebrating my birthday, all that stuff. You guys are awesome. I'm very thankful. Ooh, ooh. Hit you in the chest. Whew. But again, yeah, thank you. As far as D'Lo goes, hopefully we can turn him into something. That would be nice. The Lakers have a lot of flexibility still, because obviously you want to sign D'Lo, or not D'Lo, Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Definitely want to sign those two and keep those two around. But beyond that, you have Malik Beasley and his $16.5 million. You got Mo Bamba and his $10 million. D'Angelo Russell probably get somewhere in like the 20 to 25 million range. So, I mean, the Lakers could get essentially like 70 million in like returnable salaries with the 125% rule. So Lakers have 2 firsts, like 4 seconds, I believe, off the top of my head, and like a couple pick swaps that they can work with. So the Lakers definitely have and are in a position to have some flexibility for sure. And Eric coming in hot with the $5 super chat, adding to the pot. Happy birthday, bro, and to a great season. Cheers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And then Evan, thank you so much. Coming in hot, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. So what, we're 5. Oh, we got the other 5. I like the depth roster, but I think you still have to consider Kyrie. Having 3 stars at this level, they are and would be a pretty good team. You can also keep Reeves. The problem is, like, yes, technically you could keep Reeves. Problem is that if it's going on the assumption that somebody doesn't offer him like 4 years, 70 million, which is like the most that somebody can offer. If somebody offers that, you're screwed. The problem is that if you go and sign Kyrie, you lose Rui Hachimura, you basically lose everybody. Your roster would essentially be LeBron, AD, Kyrie, Austin Reeves, and then a bunch of vet minimums. Now, maybe with those 4, maybe that's enough firepower to win an NBA championship, but you got to worry about the regular season because now you don't have the depth. So how much wear and tear is on LeBron, AD, and Kyrie and Reeves, right? Unless Kyrie's willing to take like a significant pay cut, I think it just makes things very challenging, very challenging. It's not impossible, and maybe the Lakers look at that, but I would personally rather them take a look and does Damian Lillard become available, right? Does Trae Young? There's a lot of talks and rumors and speculation about Trae Young potentially being available, and one of the destinations he wants to go to is the Lakers. If that's true, can you put a package together to go get D'Lo or turn D'Lo into Trae Young? I would rather that, because you could go get Trae Young, you could keep Reeves, you could keep Rui Hachimura, you could keep everybody. You basically would give up D'Lo and Reeves or and Beasley, get Trae Young, give up whatever assets, picks and stuff that go into it as well, and then there you go. Now you're off to the races. So that's my thing. Not really super big on the idea of. I'm big on the idea of Kyrie, just not what it would cost to go get him. But we'll see. We'll see as more develops. We'll have a better idea and a better understanding. And then coming in hot with the $5 super chat and our second shot of the night. Thank you so much. What do you think of Malcolm Brogdon? He's perfect in my opinion. Is it possible for him to get, because you need solid, more reliable point guard if possible? Isn't he under contract with the? I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest, but I think he's under contract again next year for the Boston Celtics. Um, I'm curious to see what guys like, because this free agency, there's not a lot of like really good blue chip free agents. Um, which is why I think the Lakers are going to look more into the trade market rather than the free agency market. Uh, but I mean, a guy like Malcolm Brogdon would be nice. Um, you know, I don't know. I'd have to look at like the point guards that are available. I still like the idea of like Fred VanVleet, but he's going to cost too much. We wouldn't be able to sign him. But I don't know. We definitely could use a better distributing point guard. We need somebody that can distribute the ball better, if we're being honest. But cheers, appreciate you. Whew. Whew. All right, 2 shots in. Thank you all so very much. Really appreciate that. Robert coming in out with the super chat. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Really sad, but optimistic next year. Oh, I am extremely optimistic next year. I was optimistic going, and once we did the trade, we made the Western Conference Finals. Imagine what this team could accomplish with a full season under their belt. I think I think the Lakers have a lot of promise. If they have opportunity to improve the roster, then you definitely want to do that, right? If you are in a position to improve the roster, you should. But even if it's just exactly the same roster and it's this exact roster, then I think this team will be better. Like I've seen some like analysts that are like the Lakers won't be better next year. Like, and to me, it just makes no sense because this team now will have the entire offseason, the entire preseason, the entire training camp. They're going to be more familiar. Like, look at all the teams outside of the Lakers that have had success in these playoffs. They've all been together for years, right? They've built that chemistry. They have that understanding. I mean, Denver knows where guys are before it even happens. Like, I don't think the Lakers need much. I think like we really need another center. I wouldn't mind keeping Tristan Thompson as like our third big, especially in certain small ball matchups. But I would love to get another big. If we can find a way to get another perimeter defender and then a reliable 3-point shooter. Those are the 3 things that I think, and I think will be great. I think we'll be in great position. But outside of that, again, thank you all so very much, everyone that chipped in. But let's get back to this chat. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to where I was at. Let's see. Let's see. Let the guys develop. You guys act like all the players are 38, like LeBron. Exactly. Everything takes time. Lakers were able to expedite in months what teams had years to do. Let's see. Why is everyone in such a hurry to get rid of D'Lo when it isn't anything out there and we don't have a lot of cap space? Not to mention the new CBA. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what becomes available. I mean, realistically, chances are you're going to be stuck with D'Lo, so you better get comfortable. Same thing with Darvin Ham. I know a lot of people are going to want Darvin Ham fired and want Darvin Ham gone and want his head on a platter. Yeah, you better get comfortable because he's not going anywhere. He just signed a 4-year deal, and he was great considering all the circumstances, right? I mean, he led essentially 2 separate teams that were just disasters, Mickey Mouse this thing together, and led them to the Western Conference Finals. Give this guy a fair opportunity. Give this guy a full season with the same roster, and let's see what he can do. So anyway, like I said, get comfortable. Lakers aren't going to fire and then have to pay a coach for 4 years just to go and pay another coach. So get comfy. Let's see. Laker fans just think the team will be back in this position next season. LeBron James is getting older. AD can't carry this team. This team absolutely could be back next season. LeBron James has still shown that he's capable of being LeBron James. And this is a guy that needs foot surgery. I expect him to continue to be back next season. Maybe get a slight decline, but he's not going to fall off a cliff after he just scored 40 in a game 4 of the Western Conference. He'll be fine. Anthony Davis, he'll have another year again playing with a foot injury. He'll have a full season with this full roster. Guys will be able to be healthier throughout the course of the season. They won't have to like rush LeBron back if he does get injured or he does need to sit out. This team will be better. Let's see. Is it wrong to say we are winning next season because the host is getting older? Nah. People who say LeBron not clutch is stupid. Exactly. I would not mind having Kyrie instead of D'Lo, but problem is, like I said, you lose everything. Miles Turner, in all honesty, that's the trade, and I'll definitely talk about it. We'll definitely break that down. That's the trade that I think the Lakers should really look at in the offseason, because I think the Buddy Hield Miles Turner trade solves a lot of the issues that we just saw with the Lakers. You get a more consistent Beasley, a better Beasley in many ways. And then you get a defensive center, and now Anthony Davis can play the 4. And you just get another big body that you can alternate. Can spread the floor, do several things. If that deal is available this offseason, I think the Lakers take it. If you could turn, because they were going to trade Russell Westbrook for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. Can you turn Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley and the 17th pick and the 29 pick and go get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, and you now have the exact same squad. You just turn Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley into Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. If you can do that, I think we're right back here, and I think we're winning an NBA championship. So, yeah, that's the deal that I would really like to see the Lakers explore. I feel some type of way Nuggets advancing because DeAndre Jordan, Thomas Bryant, right? They're on the team. The Lakers aren't trading Anthony Davis. They're not trading Anthony Davis. Happy birthday. Also, this was a great season. It was a fantastic season. It really was. It was genuinely a wonderful season. Again, to go from having a 0.2, 0.3% chance of making the playoffs to being in the Western Conference Finals, this team overachieved. And I really think you give the full offseason, the full training camp, full preseason, I think we'll be right back. I genuinely do. I genuinely believe that will be we have a real opportunity to be right back here. Electric coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Add that to the pot for shot number 3. Happy birthday. LeBron sold in the 4th of each game this series. His team provided no consistent offense. Ham waited until it was too late to bench D'Lo. A couple things about that. One, I mean, LeBron was gas, man. The guy did everything he could to give the Lakers enough room in the first half and was just shot by the 4th quarter. And they still, and I mean, other guys have to step up. I've been very critical on LeBron James, especially in the first 2 games, but I can't really knock him for this game. The dude put on the cape one more time and tried to carry this team, and he just couldn't, on a bum foot. As far as like Ham waiting to bench D'Lo, that wasn't the difference. I mean, he benched D'Lo this game and we still lost with a 15-point lead. Like, again, it's just, and that was my whole thing. Like, so many people were like, "Oh, Darvin Ham needs to do this, 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 and this," and it's like, this hasn't been the difference. Denver was just better. Sometimes you run into a team that's just a better team. I don't think there was anything Darvin Ham could have done that would have changed this. Like, nothing. Like, what lineups, what rotation, how could he win about it? Like, what would he have been able to do that would have changed the outcome of the series? Maybe you would have lost in 5 instead of 4. Like, cool. Like, I don't see the end result being any different. I really don't. But Electric, again, thank you so much for Super Chat. I really appreciate that. You're awesome. 80 looking like DeAndre Ayton out there. They did. They got swept. That sucks. Raptors trade. What Raptors trade? Half of the Raptors roster are free agents. This is by no means LeBron's best team. No one is reliable besides Reeves somewhat, and 80 every other game. Yeah, I mean, I really want to see what this team looks like with a full season together. Like, Shroom said, people forget this team didn't even get a full season together. Yeah, they only got they only played 20 games together. Like I don't even think it was that many in the regular season. Like fully healthy together. So I want to see what they look like going forward. Ham should have experimented with the big sooner. I get Rui worked, but Jokic got used to it. Problem is we didn't have another big. I mean, Tristan Thompson did all right, but he still got cooked, right? Like I don't think he was much different than Rui. I just I don't think it. I don't think that there was any change that would have really made it different. Maybe I would have liked the only thing like I would have liked to experiment with like Beasley and Troy Brown. I think Troy Brown could have been effective this series. I think Beasley, you may have been able to give him an opportunity. Like, what if he got hot? I know he's been terrible, but like, what if he did? Like, why not give him a shot? Run some sets for him. Try to get him a couple open looks. See if maybe he could hit a couple shots. Maybe you're right there. I don't know. But again, I don't think there was anything that would have flipped the switch for the Lakers. We still made the Western Conference Finals. Everyone else's favorite player been on vacation. Nobody out here, Jokic, Murray, or Nugget fans for real, or Jimmy, Jason, Jalen. Y'all just want to exactly facts. No one was talking about them before this. Let's see. Excited for all the trades. I don't think there's going to be a lot of trades, but I can see a trade or two. What else? Keen here to take out the frustration on us. Yeah. What else? Jamal Murray out of bounds. Nuggets travel at the end. They didn't call it. Yes, exactly. There was a couple of things, but again, like they were just a better team. Again, you gotta just tip your hat to them. JP coming in hot $2 super chat. Thank you so much. And it was your first super chat. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Happy birthday. Check out my comment before this. Where was the I don't see a comment before that. Oh, here we go. Explain why the Lakers didn't attack Jokic after he picked up his fifth foul. LeBron in the fourth quarter, sitting behind the three-point line. Ham just got out coached. Should have told them to attack Jokic. They did. LeBron immediately went at Jokic twice and got bumped, and they didn't call nothing. Anthony Davis attacked him, got hit on the arm. That's what LeBron James was screaming and hollering at, and they didn't call it. Like, the Lakers tried to get him out of the game. The refs just didn't call it. I mean, there was a couple sequences where you could have made the argument that he should have picked up his sixth foul. I understand that usually refs, they want to kind of let guys stay in there. But they should have called it. They should have called it. And they were packing the paint and they were trying to protect him. And there was a couple times where he just let LeBron drive past him because he wasn't trying to pick up the foul. They were trying. He's an experienced player. He's not some guy that's, some novice that hasn't had 5 fouls before. It would have been nice to get him out the game, but no. Happens sometimes. But anyway, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. How much are we away from? We got 5, 10, so still $15 away from another shot. Let's see. Where was I? Hang on, bear with me 1 second. We're somewhere over here. Stanley Johnson, Myers Leonard, vet minimum. I wouldn't mind that. Getting swept was more pathetic than losing in the first round, honestly. I disagree. You still made it to the Western Conference Finals. Your job is to get as far as you can and try to win an NBA championship. You lose in the first round. So say they lose in the first round in 7 games. They're still home either way. It doesn't matter. Denver's probably going to win the championship. The Lakers will be able to hang their hat on. The only team that was able to beat us this year was the team that won the chip. I don't know. I disagree. It's just so many people try to get on LeBron for making so many finals and losing. It's isn't the point to get to the finals? So you'd rather lose in the first round? That's stupid. Like your job is to get to the finals and put yourself in a position to potentially win a finals. So I'm not a fan of the whole argument of like, oh, it would have been better to lose in the first round. No, it's not. Like your job is to try to win a championship. The Lakers got about as close as you could get without winning it. So yeah. Hit one good shot all game, shaking my head, yeah, for I'm a big no on Miles Turner if we are keeping AD, but if we are going to do a 3-3 trade and Turner replaces AD, then maybe. Why is that, Sammy? Honest question. Why is that? Because I wasn't big on the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner trade prior to the trades and pieces we got now, because I just think we needed more. But now we have enough to where if you can get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, like you're probably the best team in the league. And it gives you that AD insurance. AD doesn't have to play 45 minutes a game like in the playoffs. Like I think that would be better, you know. Marcus, thank you so much. Happy birthday. Sorry for the Lakers loss on your big day. It sucks. I really was hoping that they would get the win today on my birthday, but hey, it is what it is. I'm still celebrating. I'm thankful for the Lakers season. This was an amazing season, nonetheless. Let's see. D'Lo's trade value definitely went down. Yeah, but I mean, there's still teams that'll take him, right? I mean, he's been traded several times as like the filler piece for a reason. He's still a solid player. There's still some teams that will use him and bring him on at the right price. Happy B-Day, bro. Couldn't get the win for you, though. I know it sucks. It does. But hey, again, I'm definitely happy for this season and definitely thankful for where we're at. And excited for the foreseeable future. To be honest, Dame coming, we all know, and it's going to be better for our team. I mean, hey, look, I would love Damian Lillard on the roster because we could get him and still keep our depth. This is the best playoff series I've watched in the past few years. It was a good one. It really was. Let's see. LeBron definitely didn't do everything he could. He was passive the entire second half, put his foot on the pedal. You saw the team's energy when he was aggressive. It was way different. The problem is the dude is gassed, man. Like, again, like I have gotten in a lot of people have came at me for criticizing LeBron, and I believe rightly so. I am first person to say LeBron is due for, he needs to be better. He needs to be this. He needs to be that. That's not what this was. LeBron James, the man did everything he could. Like, the guy showed up. Like, I have no problems with LeBron James. The dude was gassed. And he was still playing great defense and everything else. Like what else was he supposed to do? I think Laker fans are a bit entitled to think the Lakers will get back to this next season. They might. You're not guaranteed injuries happen. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, like nothing's guaranteed. But I mean, next year the Lakers could win the championship. Next year the Lakers could sweep. Lakers could go 82-0 next year. I mean, you don't know, but there's nothing wrong with being optimistic and thinking like, hey, this team was able to accomplish this. There's very likely not going to be any major significant changes next season, right? Unless like Joel Embiid goes to like the Phoenix Suns or something like that. Like the NBA landscape is pretty much going to be the same. The Lakers are in good position to make changes. There's nobody that I look at in the Western Conference outside of Denver that I don't think that we can beat again next season. So I don't think it's entitlement. I think we just witnessed this. We just saw this. Like, yeah, injuries could happen, but like, why does anyone play any sport ever then? If you're basing your ideas on, well, maybe Anthony Davis and LeBron James will get injured. Well, maybe Giannis and KD and Joel Embiid and maybe every star in the league, just their legs fall off. And so, you know what? Maybe none of them should play. It's a silly argument. It's not entitlement because people think that the Lakers could be back here next year. We were just here. Like, it's not that bad of an idea. This was a weird series, definitely. Lakers deserve to win a game this series. I mean, they didn't. They didn't. I mean, if they did, they would have won. 7-game series are for a reason. The Lakers, I mean, you could have made a real argument that the Lakers could have been up 3-0 in this series. Denver just hit the big shots and executed down the stretch. I mean, the first two games were separated by 11 points total. Total. If the Lakers have one or two plays that go the other way, you're right there. Right there. If the Lakers have get an extra stop or something, you're right there. You got to credit the Denver Nuggets. I mean, they hit the big plays. They hit the big shots. They made the big plays. They were the better team. They really were. Also looked like LeBron might have tweaked his knee, the knee on Jokic. He probably was. He was getting all torn up this series. What are the Lakers going to do with Mo Bamba? I'm curious about that too. I mean, he has $10 million, so he's a piece that you could probably trade. I wouldn't mind if they keep him for a development project. I just think it depends on what is actually out there, what is available. I don't think we are going to get Kyrie. Cuban hates the Lakers, and if he did, he would ask for Reeves and 2 picks just to try to mess up the Lakers. Look, he's only going to be able to get what he's going to be able to get, right? Like, look at it like this. The Nets tried to do the same thing to the Lakers, and Dallas was the only team that was dumb enough to make the trade. And they didn't even make the trade for Kyrie. They made the trade to clear salary. Now, they'll probably try to keep Kyrie because they don't want to just lose him for nothing. But if the Lakers are the only team that's available, Mark Cuban doesn't have a choice. Are you really going to let him walk for nothing? Okay, fine. And Kyrie what if Kyrie just says, fine, you're going to let me go? I'll just go sign a taxpayer deal with them for a season, and then I'll get my max money next year and sign a 5-year deal, whatever. I'm not really worried about it. The Lakers can't really trade for him anyway because they would lose essentially everything. But we have DT coming in hot with $2 super chat. Thank you so much. We are now $13 away. Another shot. Tristan was great. Tristan was. I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you were here. I wouldn't mind if the Lakers kept him next season. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't mind if they kept him as like our third big. I still want another like legit big man for these types of matchups against Jokic, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if we basically replace Tristan Thompson with Wenyen Gabriel, totally okay with that. 2 out of the 4 games, Denver hit miraculous shots time and time again and unguardable the entire series. You can't do shit about that. Dude, Jokic, when he made that shot, that like I was like, there's no way, man. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was just like, that's the story of this series. That Jokic shot was literally the story of that series. It's what it was, What else? Good season, absolutely. Absolutely, it was a great season. Made his guys way too soft. I don't know about that. Ham sounds like he's coming back. Yeah, because he signed a 4-year deal. He is coming back. Like I said, be comfortable. Get comfortable with Ham. You're gonna have Ham at least another 2-3 years, bare minimum. At least another 2-3 years. So get comfortable with him. Play 47 minutes. Yeah, he tried. Like I said, he tried. 80 to the Sharks. Not even complaining. Oh, come on. Why did they come on? Not even complaining how our season started, and we went. And where we went is that, I'm assuming that's what you mean. Yeah, it was great. I wouldn't mind another shot creator. Yeah, I mean, the problem is there's not a ton of them out there that are available. We'd have to trade for one. Which is why I would like if we could go get like I said, a Trae Young, a Damian Lillard, something like that. Especially with now LeBron seemingly being willing to take that back seat. I think Trae Young makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. So yeah. Do you think we'll be able to keep Brown and Walker? Walker, no. I don't think we're going to be able to keep Walker. But Brown, I definitely think we have a real chance to do that. Doesn't matter. D'Lo is a terrible player. It's not chemistry. Would have loved to see D'Lo play more. He was just Problem was he was unplayable this series. Um, yeah, literally. I mean, going into, like I said, going into the season, I don't even think we played 20 games together. Would you rather keep the core we have, trade D'Lo to get a big man, or get Kyrie? I would rather keep the core we have and try to get somebody else. Because the problem is, like, if you trade for Kyrie, unless he takes a huge discount, like literally like almost half his salary, unless he's willing to take like 25 million a year, you'll lose essentially everybody. So it would be like Reeves, which if somebody offers him a max, because the most somebody can offer him, I believe, is 4 years, 70 million. Someone offers him that, and then the Lakers wouldn't be able to trade for Kyrie regardless because they lose Reeves. So it's so complicated. It's such a mess. Like it's not realistic. Um, let's see. Lakers need some players who can play off the ball, don't count as dribbles, get in a rhythm. Lakers they need more reliable shooting, another playmaker. Like Jay said, shot creator type thing. Playing with each other for 7 years, yeah, pretty much. They added like two pieces, literally. What else? Signing Thompson was a huge mistake. They should have gone after an actual big like Boogie. They worked out Boogie twice, so whatever they saw must have not have worked. I must have not have liked what they saw. 80 plays with no passion, no heart. This game, 80 doesn't want to go back. Denver and many other games. I have no trust in AD, and LeBron is aging. We are not winning if we don't get another star. Here's the thing: if you get some reliable shooting, it makes it so much harder for teams to double and triple Anthony Davis. Like every team we played, we're packing the paint to try to keep AD from going off, right? Like teams knew. I mean, Golden State told you. Steve Kerr, Draymond Green in his podcast told you. Like our mission was to try to keep AD from going off because the Lakers didn't have reliable shooting. If the Lakers can go get a Buddy Hield and a couple of pieces like that, then Anthony Davis is going to have more success because he's not going to have to work twice as hard to go get a basket and have to fight over three guys to go get a basket. Teams are not going to be able to leave him wide open because he could just pass out of the double team or pass out of like whatever. And now you got a quick swing and boom. Now you got, Buddy Hield wide open who's shooting 45%. Like that's not like, it's a big difference. Let's see. I would have won Mad Bread. I'm pretty sure Vegas didn't want to pay everyone outright. We wish we had Dwight KCP back. Anyways, it was a remarkable season. Purple and gold for life. Facts. It was. At the end of the day, we had a great season, great run. Would have been nice to end the season on a chip, but hey, not going to win every year. I think we're still in a good spot. Think we getting Kyrie? Likely not. Most likely, I wouldn't count on it. I'll definitely do some videos. We'll talk about Kyrie. We'll dive into it a little bit. And as the news, like I said, as the news comes out, stuff like that, we'll talk and dive into all that stuff. Like I said, for those that didn't follow me this last offseason, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed, take a quick second, hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. On the road to 15K. Like last year, I talked about all the rumors, all the speculations, gave my opinion. Watch the videos because I always get a lot of comments that are like, this will never happen. And if you actually watch the video, I tell you and break it down and say, don't believe this rumor or whatever. But I'll give you the information as it comes out, give my thoughts and opinions on it. Some stuff will be like personal, like, hey, why don't we look at this? Just like the Rui thing, right? There were no rumors or anything about Rui. I was like, hey, we should go and take a look at Rui Hachimura, try to get Rui. That ended up happening. So some stuff will be mine. Some stuff will just be what's out in the ether, but we'll talk about all of it. And I'm looking forward to it. Give us a lot of content to dive into. Let's see. Do you think Beasley and Walker coming back? Beasley, yes, because it doesn't make any sense for the Lakers to renounce him. when you can use him as a trade chip. Walker, no. I don't think Walker comes back. I hope so, but I don't. Aaron Gordon had his best game of the postseason, man. He killed it. You got to give him credit. Who you think the Lakers retaining this summer? Pretty much everybody except for like Lonnie Walker, Winning Gabriel, Dennis Schroeder. I'm kind of like 50-50 on. But basically the entire roster, essentially. I'm beyond said. I feel it. Let's see. What is a good trade target for the Lakers? If Trae Young becomes available, I really think Trae Young. Because one, like I said, we could get Trae Young and keep literally all of our depth. We could get Trae Young and still keep our entire roster. Now that we've seen LeBron's ability and willingness to play off the ball, which was a big concern, Trae Young and his ability to play make as well as score the basketball and shoot the basketball, and he's a guy that'll show up. Yes, he lacks defense, but so did D'Angelo Russell. At least you know with Trae Young, you're going to get a bunch of playmaking. You're going to get 30 points and 10 assists in the playoffs. And he's a guy that's not afraid of the moment. He's a guy that's going to show up. He's a guy that's led a team to a Western Conference Finals. If you could get Trae Young, I would do it. He's not the greatest option in the world, in my opinion. He's not like my favorite player in the world, in my opinion. But I think with the roster you have, if you can basically swap D'Lo for Trae Young, I think you're one of, if not the best team in the league. Sorry, Lakers lost. I know, B. Spendy, it sucks. But hey, you know what? I'm very thankful for the Lakers season. This was an incredible season. And it's my birthday, so not gonna have a bad day today. We're gonna get it. LeBron, AD, Reeves, Rui is the core. Everyone else is a trade asset. Exactly. What was the last play like I was listening on the radio? The one where LeBron drove. He basically it was just an outlet pass, put LeBron on an island. He drove to the basket. Jamal Murray made a great recovery, and that was the ballgame. Happy 29th birthday to you. I'm close. I'm 32. I wish I was 29, but I'm 32 years young. But thank you. I really appreciate that. Which I think Trae Young can be that for you. So are we rooting for Jimmy Buckets now? I am. Me personally, I am. Now, there's the argument like we should root for Denver because they beat us, so at least we can say we lost to the team that won the chip. But I really want Jimmy Buckets to get a win, to get a chip. Lakers were my number one source of happiness. I feel it. Crazy as hell. I thought the Suns would have got swept, not the Lakers. Yeah, I didn't see the Lakers getting swept, to be honest. I really didn't. If you would have told me that, I would have told you you're a hater. But yeah, Denver's so good, man. Every game, someone different burned us. Exactly. Got to give them credit. Not you making my boy younger than his age. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm flattered. Go ahead. Tell everybody I'm 29. Once you get to after 21, it sucks. Like after 21, you're like, you're just getting closer to 30. Then you get to 30, and after 30, it's just like, now I'm just getting old. Like right, so I would love that. I don't know if that happens, but I would love that. Happy birthday, man! Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. LeBron's still great, but he plays in spurts. AD too inconsistent to be superstar. We need an elite guard to score it well, which is why I think Trae Young would help. But like I said, Anthony Davis will get, if we get some reliable shooting, like some legit reliable shooting, Anthony Davis will be able to give you more production. We can't get Anthony Davis to be more productive because he has to fight over 2 or 3 people every time he touches the ball. Where if you have 2 or 3 shooters, plus, a guy like LeBron that can slash to the basket, you can't double team. Like you have to let Anthony Davis play you on an island, which he's going to beat you. As a Laker fan, I am happy we made it this far, and along the way, we proved people wrong. But congrats to Denver. Beautifully put, Isaiah. Um, Vando can be moved. We appreciate his contribution, but he's not untouchable. So I think he's untouchable, but not untouchable. Let me rephrase that. He's not untouchable, but given that he's only getting paid 4.5 million next year, it would take a lot for me to trade him because he's still a valuable asset, even if he's not in a starting role, right? Especially if we get the right pieces around. Like, look at it like this: if we let's say we do get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, I think Jared Vanderbilt becomes that much more valuable, even if he doesn't score. Because now, if you're running Buddy Hield, like let's say your starting lineup is Reeves, Hield, LeBron, AD, and Turner, you might need, based on certain sets you run, Jared Vanderbilt might become that much more valuable because of Buddy Hield's lack of defense, right? So to have that perimeter defender, plus if he can develop a corner three, if he was making like 10 million a year, I would say, yeah, move him if you can. Like if you can find a good trade, move him. But at 4.5 million, like that just means he's very likely just going to be a tack on. He's not going to be like a part of the main piece. It's going to be like, oh, and this. I think you're better off just keeping him. Unless it's something like, I don't know, like let's say you could get Damian Lillard and they're like, if Vanderbilt is the difference, you trade Vanderbilt, like something like that. Played unexpectedly bad tonight, in my opinion. Yeah, I am with you. Someone, McDaniels is another Vando with slightly better. McDaniel's better shooter right now. I had high hopes for Beasley. I did too. Like I stuck up for Beasley to my detriment at times. Like genuine. Like, dude, I had so many people going in on me. Like, oh, you're an idiot. Blah blah blah. I wanted to believe in the guy. He's on the Lakers. Like this is my point though, is that like, I see so many people that root for the failure of players on the Lakers. Like, how are you a Laker fan and rooting for the fall of a player on your team? Like, everyone's like, Malik Beasley sucks. He's trash. Like, I don't know why it's like, instead of trying to crucify the man and him having to go on Twitter and tell you, please stop attacking me and my children, why aren't we as a fan base lifting him up and trying to build his confidence to maybe get him going? If he could have gotten going and been like a 6 to 8 3 a game guy, we probably win the chip. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'll never understand wanting to like tear players on your roster down. Like, 80 though, shaking my idea. I'm gonna miss this team. They were a lot of fun to watch. Chemistry, amazing. It was like family. I think like 90% of this roster is going to be back next year. This series, I think 80 was an issue, and he had no help yet. Let's see. There were moments when 80 made up for it on the defensive end, but some of his shot choices were very questionable. Yeah. Not first round, last round against Golden State. No, because I think the conversation is still like you might have put Golden State out of business. So now you might not even have to worry about him next year. I guarantee when AD watches the film tomorrow, he will pull his throw out. Not lazy, but soft. I think AD is scared to get hurt. I think that's kind of in his head too at times. Let's see. He had no backup. Yeah, that's true too. That's a good point. Finally going to get his ring. I really hope so. I really want Jimmy Buckets to get that ring. I can already see Braun, Buddy, OG, 80 Miles Turner lineup. Talking about OG and Anunoby, I don't see us being able to get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner and OG Anunoby. I think it was the Knicks offered like 4 first-round picks for OG Anunoby, and they turned it down. If it wasn't the Knicks, it was somebody. Some team offered like 4 first-round picks for OG. The Lakers can't come close. I do think the Lakers can get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. I do think that's a real possibility. Beal, I don't want Beal. Beal is He's not the same guy he once was. He's more injury prone than LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I just I wouldn't want that. I would like Jeremy Grant. Lakers tried to get Jeremy Grant before, and he said he didn't want to be a third option, so the Lakers stopped trying to get him. Jared Vanderbilt not playing is a scam. No, Darvin Ham made the right choice. He wasn't really a factor this series. AD needs to play power forward for less minutes. Hemi Butler going to the finals. Yes, at least the on the bright side, like the biggest bright side of everything is we don't have to worry about the Celtics getting number 18 before us. That's all I care about. I just want the Lakers to get number 18 before the Celtics. Right? So every game we had a shot. We had a shot at winning and couldn't finish. That's why I feel like Nuggets weren't that much better than us. I truly don't. I don't think they were that much better than us at all. I mean, they were definitely better than us because they won, and they sweeped us. But I don't think the margin. I don't think the margin in like talent or whatever. I don't think it was that big. Like people try to make it seem like Denver was just that much better. Like Denver wasn't blowing us out every game. Like Lakers easily could have swept this series based on how all the games went, right? Like every game the Lakers had a chance to win. If they just closed and did the same thing Denver did, Denver could have been swept. So the disparity wasn't that large as much as people like to pretend like it is. Feel like you should have sent a smaller guy at Jokic to make the contact look more than it was at someone as bulky as LeBron. Because AD, I mean, that makes sense. Like, you did a shooter, you throw a shooter at him, try to have him sell it. Maybe. I don't think they were going to call that unless it was something crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I don't think that they were going to foul out Jokic unless he just, like, took somebody's head off, like, clotheslined him or something. Let's see. Happy birthday. I don't mind the fact that they lost tonight. We went out on a high. Let's get that chip next year. Big up Bron today. Gave it all tonight. Yes, seriously. Fouled in the last play, by the way. Yeah. I look, I'm not – I mean, am I disappointed? Of course. But I'm not, like, mad that the Lakers lost. Like, they lost to the better team. I mean, there's a real argument better to get swept than, like, if they won today. I mean, I don't really think that way. I wanted them to, like, at least make it a series. But – at least we know. At least there's no like, oh, what if the Lakers do come back type thing? It's done. It's over with. We can move on. Let's see. Remember when LA fans said it was just is it somebody trying to troll? Game 2 in the series. Sure. Suns didn't get swept because D-Book and Katie were close to perfect offensive nights. Lakers just don't have the scoring punch we need. Dude, I had somebody ask, like, how come the Suns were able to win 2 games and the Lakers haven't? And I was like, because Devin Booker had, like, and this is true. Devin Booker literally did something that no other player had ever done in the history of the game. Like, he shot, like, an insane percentage. That's all it was. Lakers lost on my birthday as well. I was salty. I feel it. No asshole. I feel it. And would have got open looks. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't mind if they actually did that. Let's see. Dame's prime is gone. We don't need him in his prime. We just need him good as he was this year. It's pretty bad. Off the top of my head, he has what? He still has, I think, 3 years, and he's making like after this year, he's making like $50 million or something like that. Here, let's look it up in real time. Damian Lillard's contract. Boom. Oh, why do I have my caps lock on? There we go. He signed 4 years, $176 million. He'll earn a base salary of $45 million, which will carry a cap hit of $45 million, dead cap value 2023. And 2023, 2024, he'll earn a base salary. So he's making $45 million a year. When does that salary expire, though? So 2024, 2025, he has a player option. So his contract is basically as long as LeBron's new contract. I don't think it's a bad idea. Because look at it like this. If you could go get Damian Lillard, Dame, LeBron, and AD, all their money could fall off in the same year. And you could basically retool. You know, LeBron leaves and goes plays with his son. Like, that's not bad. Not bad at all. On my hyperextension bills. Trade 80, trade 80, trade 80. They're not trading 80. Unless something crazy thing happens. Dame Lillard had his best year this season. Some of y'all don't watch basketball, which is my point exactly. D'Lo showed us who he was last playoffs when he got benched with the Timberwolves. Yeah. Yep. What about Vanderbilt, Mo, and Russell in a Miles Turner heel trade? I think Indiana takes that offer. It makes both teams better. I mean, if they depends on the first, they're gonna want some firsts. The only reason that it didn't happen is because the Lakers refused to budge on both firsts, which they ended up getting everything that they got with one first. So I would rather keep Vanderbilt and just trade both firsts, if I'm being honest. Because at least with Vanderbilt, you kind of know where he's at and you kind of know the things that he needs to work on, and he's young enough to where you can work on him and develop him. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I just think they need to keep Vanderbilt personally, especially if you go get Buddy Hield. 70% chance Lakers get Draymond. I actually, because I have a list of videos and things that I want to talk about for the offseason. Literally, I have a file saved that's off-season videos, and it's just all the thoughts that I have about this season. And 2 of those videos are going to be about Draymond, because I really wouldn't be shocked if Draymond is a Laker coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if basically the Warriors just essentially give Draymond away to the Lakers just to move off his salary. Because if he opts in, which he's going to, they could basically just take on Beasley and Shaq or whatever, and there's the salary. And then just waive everybody and they're good. Let's see. Guys, the Lakers have no chance to get Dame. We don't have the assets. Come on. There are 15 teams with more assets. Not about the assets. It's about what does Dame want. Because the thing is that teams could end up trading for Dame and he's a 1-year rental. Where does Dame want to go? That's something you got to keep in mind too. Yes, shooters like the Heat. D'Lo needs the ball in his hands more to be successful. No one even passed the ball to him tonight. I agree. I think the only way to make him really effective is to just let him run point guard. But with LeBron James, kind of don't do that. Lakers was 2-10 in the regular season and turned around to be the Western Conference Finals. Exactly. Crazy how similar this run was to MJ coming back from retirement. Both made runs to the conference finals, then got swept. Yeah, very true. I want a Duncan Robinson or Evan Fournier or a Robert Covington. I wouldn't mind those. Evan Fournier, I'm not so big on, but I wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Damn it, man, swept. I know it hurts. It hurts, but at least the pain's over. At least we don't have that optimism of oh, maybe they'll come back. At least we know, hey, it is what it is. From a Bron fan, he deserved the criticism for Game 2 and part of Game 3, but the man is 38, tweaked his foot. He just can't tie his shoe tight. Continues to play through injuries like he used to. Yeah, look, LeBron James deserves no flack for this game. LeBron did everything he could. I'm glad Denver made it, though, for real. I didn't want to lose, but Denver has earned this. Yeah, 100%. 100%. The Lakers could sign D'Lo and trade it for Trae Young. Yes, they could work out a sign and trade, which D'Lo might make sense for Atlanta, believe it or not, especially with DeJounte Murray. I'm kind of glad it was Denver, the team we ran into. Yeah. At this point, I want energy players who play with heart. Montrezl Harrell, Jeremy Grant. I wouldn't mind Jeremy Grant at all. Sign and trade period. If the Lakers take on a sign and trade piece, it triggers the hard cap regardless. Um, do you think? Excuse me. Do you think D'Lo helps the Lakers keep him at a cheaper price, but make it harder to trade him? Maybe. Look, if the Lakers are going to trade him, they're going to trade him regardless. But if the Lakers give him 30 million, I'm almost positive it's to trade him. I like because that's kind of what happened in the Warriors situation. It was like because that's how he ended up getting that much money to begin with when he didn't really earn it. Like people are always like, how did he get 30 million a year? And it's because of like he was part of like the KD trade, and they just kind of maxed it to make everything match. And it was like, well, now we need to unload him. So, just something to keep in mind, dude. Jokic was making some ridiculous shots, ridiculous, ridiculous. Sorry, trying to find. We would have lost to Denver even if we won today. The amount of energy LeBron had to recover from today, plus playing in the altitude of Denver, it would have gotten scary. Yeah, agree. I love this Lakers team, man. I'm with you. I'm with you. Dame is getting paid $60 million after next year. Yeah. There's no way he is a Laker. He won't be, and I'm glad. Don't never say never. Be surprised. I don't think necessarily he'll get traded, but I don't know. Does it really make sense for them to trade the number 3 pick? I don't think so. I think they need to just rebuild. I think they should keep him back. Have a great summer, Tyler. Thank you so much, Speedy. I definitely will. I'm excited to talk about all like the draft picks and potential trades and all that stuff. Ugly shot, but somehow it always lands, dude. It's the craziest thing ever. Funny how people thought we were rigging the NBA so LeBron could have his 5th rated. We got swept. People are goofy. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Ricardo. Appreciate that. AD got to work on his base. He getting bullied by true bigs. Yeah, which is why he doesn't want to play center. But he's best at center at this point, especially with LeBron James, because LeBron is best at the 4. I agree. Keep Thompson. Yo, I'm a huge fan. Thank you so much, Evan. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Darvin Ham is a great coach. He's going to improve. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Ham made us better clearly before the trade record and after the trade. The record tells the story enough. Exactly. Darvin Ham was a good coach. Just thought I'd pop in quickly. Got to go to bed for work early. Great season, guys. Too bad it couldn't help Braun out tonight. It was a tough series, but it is what it is. Well, Carrie, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. Have a wonderful night. And it is a bummer. The Lakers weren't able to close it out, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna power through a couple more questions, and then we're gonna get how far am I from another shot? I'm still $10 more, roughly. A little more. It's like $12, but $10 more from another shot. Otherwise, I'm gonna get out of here in a few minutes. Let me power through a couple questions, and we're out of here. What do you think happens to Troy Brown, winning Beasley, etc.? I think Troy Brown is a real possibility that we keep him. Winning, I think they'll probably keep Tristan over Winning because Tristan was solid and he's a bigger Winning. And Beasley, I think they'll keep Beasley. I think basically mostly everyone stays. Schroeder is kind of 50-50, but outside of that, I think pretty much everyone stays. I want Trae as a shooter. I would love that. Dame is going to get in his feelings when he tells us best. I don't think a Dame Braun duo wins a title if AD has to go out in the deal. I don't see AD going out in the deal. It wouldn't even make sense for Portland to want to trade for AD. They would want the assets. They would want the 17th pick. They would want the other picks. They'd want like Max Christie, basically like my guess is the deal would be like the 17th pick, Max Christie, um, uh, the 29 pick, probably like a pick swap in 2028, and then probably D'Lo and Beasley. It's probably what it would turn out to be. Let's see. Trae wouldn't have to shot Chuck playing with LeBron. Plus Trae can throw constant lobs 80. Yes, he's good at getting the ball to the big man. Most competitive sweep ever yet. Yep, love it. Let's see. Who would you not want back? I mean, there's nobody that like I wouldn't want back just because of the situation that the Lakers are in. Um, I mean, like if we could upgrade, like if we could upgrade Beasley, Mo, D'Lo, guys like that, then I think you do it. I would do that in a heartbeat. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anybody that like I would be like, you need to cut this guy and get him off the team. Happy birthday, my guy! Great coverage this year as usual. Well done. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that, Empire. Seriously, thank you so much. All right. Last few questions, and then I'm out of here. I'm gonna go enjoy some time, rest of my night. Atlanta would want at least 5 first, no chance. I don't think so. Trae Young's value, I don't think it's going to be as high. Like who's going after Trae Young right now? Maybe the Knicks, but why? Would they really want Trae Young and Jalen Brunson? I don't think so. Like who else is going after Trae Young? Like I don't see anybody trying to go after Trae Young and give up a bunch of assets. Atlanta might want a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't mean they'll get it. I mean, we've seen lots of players or lots of teams want a lot of stuff for players and they didn't get it. It's not about what teams want; it's about what's actually feasible. Honestly, we should really stay away from Trae. That man is really bad defensive liability, and you have to have a ton of 3-point shooters around him. He's better than D'Lo though. Like he's not. I mean, he's not he's just as bad defensively, but at least you get a reliable, consistent guy. Like if Trae Young is the worst thing that you could get for D'Lo, then I don't think that's bad. I think that's an upgrade. We would want he hit some ridiculous shots. Because he doesn't have the reputation of Damian. Yeah, but he's also younger. And I think, look, if Portland's going to trade Damian Lillard, they're going to ask, where do you want to go? Like, because very likely the conversation's going to go like, hey, man, it makes no sense for us to trade the third pick. We need to rebuild. Like, unfortunately, we need to go in this direction. Where do you want to trade you? We're going to try to do right by you. That's probably how it goes. Is my guess. So, got a couple super chats. Jeremy coming in with another shot, so we can round out the night. Thanks for all the fun this season. Happy birthday. We will do this again next season. Lakers need a great offseason. Denver is the NBA champs. Go Lakers. Happy birthday. Jeremy, first off, thank you so very much. Secondly, yes, I think Denver's going to win the chip. And also, I'm excited for next season. I'm looking forward to breaking down all the draft picks, potential picks, and all that stuff. I'm excited to, go over the offseason and all the potential trades, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun this offseason. A lot of stuff that we'll talk about. You know how it goes, all the rumor mills and stuff. We'll talk about all of it. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on all of it. But it'll be fun. It definitely will. But down the hatch, my friend. Thank you, Jeremy. Here we go. Whew. Whew. But yeah, thank you so very much. I want Van Vliet or Scary Terry. I would really like Van Vliet. I don't see us being able to get Van Vliet because the only way you'd be able to do that is sign and trade. And you're not going to hard cap. If you're going to hard cap yourself, you might as well hard cap yourself for Kyrie. Scary Terry, though, I don't think he would be a bad option. Could you turn D'Lo into him? Scary Terry's got 4 years, $20 million a year. Can you get like Scary Terry in another piece? I don't think that would be a bad idea at all. at all. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, everyone. Thank you all so very much. Seriously, thank you for hanging out with me on my birthday. Fortunate that the season had to end this way, but hey, regardless, great run while we were here. You guys are beautiful. Thank you all so much for the super chats, everything. Thank you all so very much for supporting me. And yeah, I will see you guys with the videos, and we'll definitely continue to do live streams. I'll try to get like a schedule in order, so that way we can still do live streams and talk and have fun and stuff like that, and just kind of talk about the news that is out there. But again, appreciate you guys. Seriously, have a wonderful night. And don't want to do that, Hannah. There we go. Yeah, so have a wonderful night. You guys are beautiful.